Think you know Achilles? What if everything you've heard barely scratches the surface? Welcome, legends and seekers of truth, to Myth or Real, the channel where ancient tales come alive like never before. If you love myth, mystery, and epic storytelling, you're in the right place. Today, we dive deep into the life of one of the greatest warriors the world has ever known. A man born of prophecy, raised by gods, and destined for glory and death, Achilles, the Lion of the Achaeans. But before we journey through time, if you enjoy this story, give it a like, hit that subscribe button. It helps us tremendously and costs you absolutely nothing. Drop a comment below with your favorite mythological figure, be it a king, a warrior, a demon, an angel, or a beast born from chaos. Let the tale of Achilles begin. Long before the clash of titans and the burning of Troy, a child was born from a mortal king and an immortal sea goddess. His name was Achilles, son of Peleus, king of the Myrmidons, and Thetis, daughter of the sea. But Achilles was no ordinary child. The fates had whispered of a prophecy that this boy would become the greatest warrior of his age, but his life would be brief, burning like a star across the sky. Desperate to defy destiny, Thetis dipped him in the river Styx, the river of the underworld, to grant him invincibility. She held him by his heel, the one part untouched by the sacred waters. Thus was born his only vulnerability, the infamous Achilles' heel. Raised in secret by the wise centaur Chiron, Achilles was trained in medicine, music, hunting, and the arts of war. He was faster than the wind, stronger than a dozen men, and his spirit burned with the fire of a god. Yet, it was not just strength that defined him. It was his pride, his rage, and his humanity. Few know this, but before he ever reached Troy, Achilles disguised himself as a girl. Yes, you heard that right. To avoid his fate, Thetis hid him among the daughters of King Lycomedes on the island of Skyros. But even there, fate had its hand. When Odysseus came seeking the Greek army's greatest warrior, he devised a clever trick. Among jewels and silks, he placed a sword and shield. When danger was feigned, Achilles sprang for the weapon. The game was up. War awaited. The Trojan War began. The greatest armies of Greece sailed to bring down mighty Troy, and at their front, a blazing, near-invincible force, Achilles. He led the Myrmidons into battle like a storm. No Trojan could stand against him. His spear, forged by the gods, struck like lightning. His wrath was terrifying, but pride would become his undoing. When Agamemnon, king of the Greeks, seized Achilles' war prize, the maiden Briseis, Achilles withdrew from battle. The Greeks suffered without him. And then came tragedy. His dearest companion, Patroclus, begged to wear his armor and fight in his name. Achilles agreed, but warned him not to go too far. Patroclus didn't listen. In his courage, he met Hector, prince of Troy, and fell beneath his blade. Achilles' grief turned into fury. He returned to battle, unstoppable, godlike. The rivers ran red. He found Hector, and in a duel that shook the earth, he struck him down. Then, in his rage, he dragged Hector's body behind his chariot, day after day, until the gods themselves intervened. But this is where the story twists. Achilles' end was not written on a battlefield of glory, but in shadows and deceit. Paris, prince of Troy, aided by the god Apollo, fired a single arrow, guided to that one mortal spot, his heel. The mighty Achilles fell, and with him, the hope of the Greeks nearly did too. But did you know? There's more to his tale. Some say Achilles was not taken to the underworld, but to the White Island. Look, by his mother Thetis, where he lives among the blessed dead, a hero for eternity. Others whisper of a romance between Achilles and Patroclus, a bond deeper than friendship, a love forged in fire and battle. Few also know that Achilles had a son, Neoptolemus, who would return to Troy and play a key role in its ultimate fall, fulfilling the bloodline's destiny. Achilles was a paradox, invincible, yet mortal, a hero, yet flawed, feared, yet beloved. His story echoes through time not just for the battles he won, but for the man he was beneath the armor. If you enjoyed the journey through the myth and mystery of Achilles, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Myth or Real, and share this tale with a fellow mythology lover. It helps us more than you know and costs you nothing. Drop your favorite mythological figure in the comments. Kings, warriors, demons, angels, creatures of chaos. We read them all, and your pick might be the star of our next legend. This was Myth or Real. Until next time, keep seeking legends.